Adventures a couple weeks ago.
Wait, were you saying something incriminating?
Yeah, we were we were talking about you actually.
Oh, that makes sense. I would talk about me too.
We were talking so much shit.
I'm okay with that. That's part of the course for you people.
What do you mean by you?
Probably.
I am the last person who should make that.
Dirtbag.
Hello and welcome.
Hi.
We're doing this. We're doing it.
Episode 4 of our Tales from the Loop campaign.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Loop.
I'm pretty excited. I have some cool things planned for everyone. Hopefully the audio is on. I recently redid like my entire setup, and hopefully everything is good. If it isn't, just let me know in chat. If someone's too quiet,
I think so. I should tell you in chat. Okay.
Oh wait, you could just tell me like this too.
Okay. I sent a message.
Oh God, sorry, I unplugged. My bad.
As long as you did not unplug your camera.
No, my cord was like caught between my chair and I scooted forward and it yanked it.
Oh, that's the
so
worst.
Just casually had 4 over my speakers, which was like really satisfying at the same time.
I hear sounds and the sounds are good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it does sound great on my end.
This is a good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine has nothing on cold opens. Long.
Oh, their cold opens are so good, though. Oh, I love them.
You all sound amazing and are very good people.
I'm liking all these compliments. I feel good.
I know. You started this with a really high point.
Except for Wall.
Oh.
as soon as you were like, I will accept it, I'm like, take it away.
Gotta take him down a peg.
I was gonna say that's how the stream started. I wrote DC saying that they were like, what did they say? What did you say? You said
I said we were talking shit.
no.
No. You're like,
Oh no.
And you didn't
you all
think
look
that
wonderful.
Oh yeah, you all are very beautiful people. I appreciate that when I get to look at my RPG screen.
Don't respond to it. It's a trap.
I'm like, pow, 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 hottie squad, you know? Like, we need to be doing shoots out there.
TwitchCon. Beauty shoot. Roll20. Just us and just those Roll20 plushies.
No, those big pink dice.
Yeah, they cover plenty. That's all we need.
Oh, you mean naked?
Yeah, like strategically placed.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah,
That took a real big shift real fast.
I'm in this.
I'm here for marketing. I'm here for the sex appeal. I am here for saying that would be a really fun photo shoot when we just get like
I'm way ahead of
white
you.
sheets, you know,
Can we renegotiate what I put on the top?
in a hotel room. It's in the end of our contract, guys. Didn't you read it? Like,
Can I keep my glasses on?
Alex already has confirmed it. They're like, yes, it's happening. It's fine, guys.
And that's when Josh learned that he really needs to read his TOS.
This is why you hire a lawyer.
Maybe not bring you a die. I need a minimum of 2 to 3.
And like, please make them the large scale, not real scale. That'll be
die.
That'll be some creative camera angles.
Minimum 2 to 3. We got 1. Oh shit. Okay, well.
Well, we could all take turns and just composite the photos together. This is a safe place, but also cute.
That's the demographic I'm here for.
The only way I would do that
doing the contour
would be if it was the size of like a very large beach ball and I could cut it open and be inside, like with my hands sticking out. Remember the koosh balls that were animals?
Yeah.
Those were terrible.
Boy.
Normal koosh balls are great. Koosh balls with feet and an animal head.
It defeated the purpose, but they were cute.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do with that?
I got mad remember when Littlest Play Shop, the little animals, they like
Littlest Pet Shop.
Littlest Pet Shop, that's what it was. They rebranded and made them all real ugly.
Oh!
I don't remember them being ugly.
They had a really cool art style. This is me being like an art nerd as a little kid. And I was like, I don't like them anymore. They changed how they look. My mom's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look at them. They're like a completely different design. I hated it. I'm Googling it right now.
I don't remember them
With-
changing.
Didn't they do something like that with the Brat stalls too, where they were like,
I don't
okay,
know.
maybe not. No, the lack of quick assertion that happened means I either A, am wrong, or B, know too much about Brat stalls.
Maybe.
Okay, there is a Littlest Pet Shop YouTube channel, and the art is very cute for that. I will put that out there.
Also, Bronze, you might need to bring up your voice a little bit. It
I
seems.
pulled my mic closer to my face. I mean, I'm getting over a sickness, so my voice isn't all here yet.
Down with your sickness.
I was thinking the same thing, except for that you're no longer down with it.
Yeah. I'm
There's
getting
Littlest
over
Pet
it.
Shop Tamagotchis. Okay, sorry, I've fallen down the holder. They rebranded and it pissed me off as a kid. So
There's a lot of things that rebranded that I had to like get over.
like Polly Pocket.
Yeah, Polly Pocket was a big one for me. I was a big Polly Pocket fan.
Like these kids are swallowing these tiny pieces. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You gotta make her like this big now.
When they relaunched My Little Pony, that was kind of a weird one for me.
I was down with that rebrand because I hated the old style.
I liked it. But then I realized they're not appealing to me anymore because I'm an adult, right? They're appealing to kids and they got to be all radical and edgy.
Yeah.
I was also a
Well, they were
staunch
appealing
opponent.
to kids for a little while.
Yeah,
Kids
now they're
and
appealing
a large
to adults.
subset of white men between the ages of 13
Yeah.
and 65.
Yeah.
Children, incels, it's fine. They're all allowed to like children.
Wow, Austin.
Listen.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Like-
stuff I had to get over. Like I was a very staunch opponent to like when animation and stuff started switching to like more 3D style. And
Oh yeah.
what's the good Star Wars show with Ezra? Is that Clone
Rebels.
Rebels, yeah. I liked Rebels, but I will be lying if I said that I didn't hate it outright initially because of that like sort of 3D art style. I was like, I hate this. It's stupid. I don't like it. And then I ended up watching it and I was like, you know what? I really like the show. But I had to like get past an inherent bias towards it.
I've been on board with the computer graphics since like Beast Wars. Beast Wars
Beast
happened.
Beast
Oh,
Wars
it was
is
like,
so good.
You can do this with animation? And I was like, all right, I'm fine.
Yo, but Beast Wars was actually behind the times. Reboot was
Oh yeah, reboot.
was
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
It was paving the way for everyone.
Here's the
Oh, it was so
problem.
good.
Netflix no longer has my respect because they removed Beast Wars from their lineup.
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
man.
Yeah.
That's not their fault. That's their
I didn't know there
licensing.
was ever
now I
on
wanna
their
look and see
lineup.
If there's like
Good point.
Beast Wars hits Blu-ray and I'm insta buying it.
Do you know how bad it would look on Blu-ray because they're gonna have to like
Yeah,
blow it
it would
up?
be
They're
so
like,
bad.
no, we really need this on
It would
DVD.
be so bad.
They're
Oh my
like, yeah, we
God,
only got standard def. Like you're viewing this in like Instagram with your eyes kind of squinted.
I remember when my favorite character in Reboot got lost in the internet.
Oh.
That happened.
He got
I feel
lost
like I
to
missed
space and
Reboot.
time. You did miss Reboot, yeah.
Mhm.
He got lost in the internet, so to speak. Lost to space and time. They're like, yeah, we'll probably never be able to find him again. As a
The
kid, I was
mainframe.
like, oh my god.
Damn.
We're
How are
totally
they
getting
ever
into
gonna find
character
him
right now,
again?
just like
Yeah.
bringing it into our 90s.
Yeah, it was really like dark. It's just like, whoa, he's gone forever. It's gonna be a lot for me to process.
And then flash forward several years later into Mad Max, but in a computer.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. The show was ahead of its time.
I'm sad I missed out on this.
Yeah, I know it was
I
good.
could sneak in Beast Wars, but like otherwise it was just Bill Nye and Wishbone for me because like
Oh, Wishbone was the
Wishbone was
story.
good. Yeah.
I couldn't. Okay, legit. As a kid, I couldn't tell time.
Wishbone.
I didn't understand how time worked, but my mom would be like, "Okay, it's like 2 episodes of Wishbone, and then we'll go to this place." And I was like, "Okay, I know how long that is." Hello, hi, alternative style living.
two episodes of Wishbone.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, it's like half an episode of Wishbone, and then I'll feed you or something." And I was like, "Okay."
I thought it was dope when they did Prince and the Pauper and they had 2 Wishbones.
Oh, that's right. I remember
yeah,
that.
they doubled up.
They doubled up.
Was it the same Wishbone playing both parts? Wishbone pulling in like a double paycheck on
It
it.
Now we were talking about like
He's a
when they
twin.
changed the style of something. Now when I was slightly older, absolutely loved Sabrina. Obsessed. The new Sabrina legit looks fire. And
I'm so excited about the new one. I'm so excited
because they are not appealing to children. They're appealing to kids who grew up watching Sabrina. Yeah.
I'm here for like the hot version of like the cheesy campy stuff. Like we made Riverdale like like hot sexy. I'm down. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Also the comic for Archie when it got first redone.
Yep, it's edgy, and then they have like the zombie Jughead too. Good. Yeah, it's really good.
Delicious.
Yeah, yeah. They really they managed to bring Archie into they made it relevant.
My bedroom.
Yeah, they managed to bring it into the current like the current, I guess, the scene or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like Sabrina is so clearly like them appealing to the people who used to watch it, as opposed to like Charmed. They totally dropped the ball with that because they're trying to appeal to new young people as opposed to appealing to their old audience. And let's just not talk about Charmed.
Charmed is a bummer. I'm excited about how Sabrina is, and I'm like, I'm so ready. Can we have like a rabbit night and watch it together, please? Thank you.
Let's do it.
I am for this. Salem is legit my hero.
Yeah. Well, and
I want to know how they do Salem in this.
I think he's in it. I don't know if he talks.
Yeah, it'll be
telepathic.
Yeah, that'll be a thing.
No mouth moving.
He's in it.
I also like how Harvey is in this one too. Like he just seems a little bit more realistic.
Dude, the wait for Harvey was real.
Yeah.
Poor Harvey. he was a hot mess even in the other one. Gosh, hey guys, welcome to Nostalgia Cast.
Yeah, welcome to Tales from the Loop, your 90s RPG. I feel like that's the best intro we could have possibly had to the show.
As I said, cold open. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Cold open, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Who is everyone? Who is it? Josh, take it away. Who are you? Why are you here? Who let you on the
Josh,
stream?
I run a website called IntelliGame. It's a game culture criticism site where we talk about games and connect it to the world around us. You can find me on Twitter at Wallstormer, and you can find IntelliGame stuff at intelligame.us. That was better than last week.
That was so concise. Damn.
Well done.
Hi, I'm Austin. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a creative variety streamer. I do a lot of other things. I'm also an aspiring chicken mom. So I want to definitely adopt some chickens. That's like my next thing I want to do when I have a backyard. That's about it. That's all you really need to know.
That's so cute.
Chicken mom.
I'm painting my nails. DC, you go first.
Hi, I'm DC. I am a game designer. I am currently working on a Blades in the Dark hack called Mutants in the Night about there being a subset of humanity that become mutants, and the world has to deal with it in a much more realistic way than the X-Men. That game is currently playable. You can find it on my Twitter, on my pinned tweet, and the complete version, as the early access version is currently up, is going to be out probably by the end of the month, maybe sometime next month. If you're going to Big Bad Con this weekend, you'll be able to play the complete version, as I will have it presented there. Oh, and my pronouns are they, them. NBs represent.
And that leaves me. And one hand that is done.
That was quick as hell.
I don't make it pretty. I just it's like spread. It's like I make it like my peanut butter and jelly.
Let's do
it. I wear makeup, but I am a mister because I can buy it now. It's not my mom's makeup, and now I can do whatever I want with it. So I can be beautiful, and I can also love possums because they're sweet and adorable. And I will never become a possum mama because possums are wild animals, and you should not adopt wild animals or domesticate them. And I also am learning how to run D&D 4th edition. That has been quite a lovely twist in my day-to-day GM-ness. I'm also really lazy because I'm a horse groom, and I'm tired every day that I do my job, which thankfully is not today. Today I get to be a kid. And that's why I have pigtails.
Yes, today you do get to be a kid. I was muted because I was trying not to munch crackers into the microphone. I try. Sometimes I try to be considerate once in a
Not
while.
doing the ASMR streams anymore?
Nope. You have to pay extra for that.
Give up that life.
Amen. Monetize.
Roll20 at night.
Charge extra for those.
Can you make it so that when someone subs, we just have like a sound, a different like...
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
mouth sound for my tipping noise. So
Yeah.
Roll20 after dark.
I don't have any. Hang on, wait. Do I have any paper to crinkle?
Dragons.
I see the bronze bullshit handling meter just.
I hate ASMR. I hate ASMR.
It's like, wow, and 3 characters died before we started
Yeah.
the session. How did
How did the kids die?
You're all
Our
fired.
screen goes dark.
So bronze, I have a question. Would it be better? What if it was just like this? Is this like
Just
so
yelling.
much better?
What do you mean?
You can hear from here. It's like
I
anti
roll
ASMR.
back here.
Well,
You're kind of the same volume.
yeah.
Yeah, that was surprising. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Really good
Microphone.
compressor.
Quality.
I was gonna say.
I was really,
That actually
I was
wasn't
really impressed by
terrible.
that.
Oh.
We should have one day where we roll. Well, we don't role play. We role play our characters still, but we role play them while we're role playing NPR casters. Like,
yeah.
I'm Lakshmi.
My name is Clark. I enjoy the sultry sounds of Bad Brains.
And I'm Steven Inskeep.
It just reminds me of the Parks and Rec thing where they're like, and we play 2 like tracks of jazz simultaneously on top of each other. And it's just like this cacophony of like bullshit.
Man, it's must be.
I just started watching Parks and Rec, and
It's really good.
It's giving me
So
so much.
proud.
Like, I'm so.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little upset that I spent so much time standing over The Office with Parks and Rec existing in the same
Yep.
universe.
Yep.
Yep.
Where I could have been spending this time with Parks and Rec,
Yep.
and watching
Yeah.
characters that I can actually respect and root for.
Yeah.
We all made that mistake.
Yeah. Not me.
Yeah.
I was
I didn't know life
on
could
Parks
be
and
better.
Rec day 1 because it was the first time I still am big Aziz Ansari fan. So when he was on that show, I was like, what? And then the fact that they never address that he's Indian at any point. It's not, he's like a character that his ethnicity has nothing to do with it. And I was like, what? That's a thing?
Yep.
That's
He's from
fascinating.
South Carolina, as they called out multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just never addressed. It's like never a conversation, which is so fucking nice. So fucking refreshing. So yeah, I guess that brings it to me. Hello, I'm that bronze girl. I'm also from South Carolina, and I'm a full-time variety caster here on Twitch. I stream in the mornings, and I GM this show here, and I'm also on the Pathfinder show on this channel on the Thursdays? Yes, Thursdays. Yeah, and Josh is on that too. That's why he's nodding because he is on it as well. Yeah, I play a lot of RPGs. Right now I'm in like 5. Gotta.
Living the dream.
I don't know about that. It's
I
good,
just
but
before it looks like you were just like, I need my exercise routine before we start game.
Well, no, if I had weights, it would help. But this one did not go as nicely as this one. See how pretty this is? This is like,
with how much you're flailing, we can't tell either way.
Yeah.
yay, that's good.
Speaking
Look
of
at my hands.
flailing, you're all going to be flailing in a moment here. Does anybody want to do the recap for an extra luck point? Or
I
should
think
do
we all
it?
decided that Josh just does it every time.
Oh, poor
gotta
Josh.
do
it.
All right, Josh, you're on the spot. Go for it.
Over.
Right. So last time on Tales from the Loop. So last week we started off with the group was heading to school, and Clark asked Melissa to keep an eye out on Puddles and to take Puddles for a walk. But unfortunately, Puddles took Melissa for a walk instead. And next thing we knew, Puddles was gone. So after school, the party heads to the forest, trying to utilize a little bit of information about actually, I forgot about the exchange with the there was like a guy who was yelling at his neighbor because he was like, your dog got out and whatever. So there was this big conflict. And then Melissa started mixing it up with this random girl who got knocked down and like lost her ice cream or something. Anyway, the party finds out that the dog, that Puddles is supposed to have trapped off into the forest. And so they end up finding Puddles, and Peggy fashions a sort of extended leash collar to try and get Puddles to come with them, because he seems to be a little resistant to following them to what's supposed to be Puddles' temporary home while the gang doesn't have access to the junkyard. There is actually a unexpectedly emotional moment to me where Clark feels like he has to give Puddles the opportunity to choose for himself whether he wants to try and go back to the junkyard, or whether he wants to go with the party back to the doctor's house. Puddles ends up deciding to go with the crew to the doctor's place. And so as they make their way back, though there was some tension kind of on all sides as people were understanding that there were some slightly deeper dynamics going on, with Peggy feeling like her scientific solutions were being disregarded, and Clark feeling like he needed to make sure that somebody had the choice to be able to to be in the situation that they actually want to be in. They made their way to the doctor's house, and the doctor reveals that he has a quest for the kids. He needs them to discover sort of the next stage of what's happening with the Yeti, and leaves them with not only Yeti repellent, which may be created from Yeti urine, but also a pack of supplies that may be useful, but and he gives it to Delta, but Delta hasn't opened the pack because he's only supposed to open it in an emergency situation. So there's an unknown fanny pack of supplies, an unknown Laffy Taffy fanny pack of supplies, as well as the Yeti repellent. The gang goes to the graveyard where they see a set of tracks of like tire tracks that look like they lead to a recently exhumed or dug grave. I think those are two opposite things, so it's and then as they're trying to make their way over to the grave site, the Peggy is unfortunately not able to sneak past the graveyard guard. So the guy from the graveyard, Peggy, says that she's doing a report and needs some help. And so she goes off with the guard while the rest of the gang follows the tracks and starts digging into the plot that looks like it was just recently filled in. They hear the guard starting to come closer to them with Peggy in tow. And just at that point, they've hit this large sort of chest thing. They've popped open the first latch. There's a sort of like, I think, a hissing or something that it looks like it's opening itself. And that was the end of the episode.
I feel like done. You could read books for children in the library on weekends. Spot on fit.
Interestingly, so there was this thing at Barnes & Noble, I still remember from when I was in elementary school, where we would have to do popcorn reading of Animorphs books. And I was reading one, and the guy... reading? So that's like when you'll read a page or a couple, like you read a certain amount and then you pass it to the next person and they read some.
So anxiety inducing as a kid. I hated it. It was the worst thing about school.
I actually I had a really good time with it. And I still remember being at that Barnes and Noble and somebody telling me like, you should really be an actor. Like you're really good at that. And I was like, I'm like 9. I don't even know what you're telling me right now. But yeah,
Animorphs are not the books to be read to children.
Yo, Animorphs were so good. Those books changed my life.
Come play a role-playing game of it with me. I
do it.
All right, I'll keep working on it.
Just can't have sessions longer than 2 hours, otherwise we're stuck in the game forever.
It's true.
That would be a great mechanic.
New rule. I'm such a fan.
I like it.
That's really funny.
All right. So. I didn't know there was a word for that, by the way, Josh. I didn't know it was called popcorn reading. I learned something today.
TIL.
Anxiety reading.
Yeah. All right. So, as you are, in this knee deep, in this like kind of sort of somewhat shallow grave, it would be a normal sized grave, except the crate in here is filling it up so much that kind of is like half the depth of a normal grave. You're about 3 feet underneath the lip of it, kind of standing around it / on top of it. You undid the first there was like a utility strap that came up around the side, and then there was 2 latches on the side that were closing it, and the strap that was kind of keeping this almost, it's not really a coffin, this plastic crate extra secure. You undid that strap and immediately heard something inside the coffin, or the crate, I should say. I should stick to my own terminology. Shift and start to move and groan. And by groan, I mean not like a mouth sound kind of a groan, but like the creaking of this plastic case starts to groan. And you start to see the hinges on the side give way a little bit. And at the same time, you start to hear something, a commotion back here in the, I should probably, let's switch to the right screen here. And about the same time, you start to hear like a commotion from the back of the graveyard in this direction. You can't quite be sure exactly where it is, but you have an idea. Sorry, chat. You can't. I have it. The camera's super zoomed in right now, but it's from this corner.
Okay.
From the side that we aren't on.
Yes.
Does it? And it sounds like it's coming from like beyond Peggy and Graveskeeper.
Yes.
Did you say beyond the loop, the little graveyard loop? Was it beyond that?
Ooh.
Thanks, guys.
Is it a tale from?
Are you one of those people that has to tie in like the campaign name into the?
I'm really good at branding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag ad.
All right, Clark. What do you do?
I look over at Batman and I just put a finger on the Laffy Taffy bag.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need it yet. It said to use it in an emergency.
There's this thing. This thing is moving. I think that qualifies as an emergency.
He looks over and he's like, "Okay, you're probably right." Okay, so I'm gonna open the bag.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's in the bag?
As you open the bag, you see
box?
a couple of those little like bubble eggs that you get from the vending machines. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those little plastic
gachapon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's full of like a number of different whirring gachapons. You have 3 of different sizes, glowing different colors. You hold them up and try to look inside. You mostly just see like a whirring smoke.
Throw it.
What are we?
The box creaks again. And one of the 2 latches on the sides gives way.
Okay, Melissa's hiding behind.
All right. I'm gonna.
Wait, where are you hiding?
Behind Clark.
Behind Clark. Wait, do you
she
get
was
up?
to open up the first latch, I think. So she's back. She's
Okay,
right,
so do you?
So we're
do
gonna
you
like
climb
step
up
back a little bit.
Okay, I was gonna say. Okay.
Step back a little bit, and I'm gonna hold one, but I'm not gonna throw it yet.
Okay. While this is happening, Peggy, the groundskeeper, is moving sort of up and over. He starts to notice some commotion coming from this direction. Are you going to try to misdirect him in any way?
Yes, I'm going to pull him towards me. I'm going to make him face me and say, "Hey, can you take a picture of me? So it's for my project. I need to be in the picture."
He nods his head. Yeah, sure. I suppose I can do that. It's getting late, and you probably should get going here soon, though.
Exactly. Let's get the picture so that can happen.
He nods his head and he's just like, okay, where do you want to stand?
I want to stand right here. And just make sure you stand with your back to the building there.
He'll get that right angle, yeah.
Yeah, I want that right angle. Can you also like sort of like give it like a good Dutch angle, like from above? So I want you to be looking down at me, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, can Peggy see us?
What am I doing? Sorry.
I can. No, yes, I chose this spot so I could see you guys, and he can't.
Okay.
I was like, I wanted to draw that shape. Here we go.
Okay, actually, I stop
That's
him.
like
I go,
really
actually,
faint.
how
He's
about
looking this
you
way.
go over here? How about you go over here?
Over here.
Yeah, over there is better.
Okay. I want you to roll
Buying
your
time. Let's go.
I want you to roll your charm ability.
Really?
Oh no. Oh.
He listens. Okay.
Well done.
He says, and kind of starts moving over into the other direction.
This is important. This project is a 2-in-1. I'm getting both my history and my photography project done here, okay?
Now his focus is here.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect. And I make that face I have on my token.
Mm-hmm. He'll be All right, you have a couple of minutes while he takes a couple of different shots of you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. As this is happening, inside, the grave, we start to hear another sort of snap as the second latch gives way.
Melissa's scrambling out of the hole.
I think you're all out of it.
Oh, we're out of it? Okay.
Yeah, because you said that
She's
last
still
time.
just like hiding behind
Yeah.
Clark, probably.
I'm gonna. Delta's definitely got his hand like reflexively on the pouch, the ball bearing pouch.
Okay. And is there? I'll allow you to take like one action before before what's gonna happen happens. That's my nice way of saying that.
Is that how you're gonna word it?
Yeah.
And we leave.
I mean,
We all
you
go
can.
home and tuck ourselves in.
That is an option.
We hang up our discovery hats
Right.
and we
You know-
put on our nightgowns.
Oh, it sounds great not being here. I don't even know what else we could do.
You can attempt to arm yourselves. You can try to hide. You can collect Peggy and decide it's time
Maybe
to
we
go.
Hide behind the building.
You could open it and be all like, "We freed you."
The downside is Peggy has the camera, and I think
yeah.
you were here to
I'll get the camera.
Oh, Peggy rather no longer has the camera.
Peggy doesn't have the
Yeah,
camera.
I should say that.
I
Peggy
don't-
had the camera.
And I have the deterrent.
Oh no.
Right.
So maybe
I feel like maybe we should take cover. Like
Take
it seems
cover.
like we could over here. How do I?
You hold your click button.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to take cover behind?
I mean, so the hole is here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there a place where we can? Because we would have to cross around the thing to be able to take cover on the other side of the building.
You could attempt to do that quickly.
I feel like my roll luck is.
So what you'll be doing here is you'll be doing either a stealth roll to try to hide behind one of these gravestones or a speed roll to try to get clear, either run around or jump over the grave and around the side of the building.
I want to hide behind one of these
Okay.
Yep.
because it feels like
And Melissa's hiding behind Clark, so she's just like, she's glued.
Okay.
She's there.
I just have this tiny person I'm shuffling with back and forth.
Yeah.
Free the Squatch.
I'm still gonna I think I'll step back a little bit, but I've got the thing. For some reason I'm under the impression that throwing this at the thing could help us. So
Okay.
You are our sword and shield right now.
yeah.
No, that's how I'm
Wow.
All right. So you look like, you know, sort of like at this like at the edge of the grave where you see it kind of, you know, turn into a black abyss and go down. All three of you, two of you cowering behind, you know, gravestones with like bated breath. And I'm sure anticipating seeing a giant figure. And instead you don't. You see a very small sort of dark figure start to come out of this grave and almost with like a weird like groaning or moaning sound. And as it sort of like starts to shamble towards you or forward and becomes illuminated in the light, you know, that's past the gloom and doom behind this building, you are met with the visage of like what appears to be someone in a yellow like hazmat suit that has the branding of, you know, the Galt power plant all over it. And you just see glowing eyes behind a gas mask.
Throw the ball at the demon!
And as you're sitting here watching it and it shambles into the light, you see another one start to like emerge from the grave behind it.
What?
Okay, Clark
Throw
screams.
the
Well, I'm not going to have you roll for stealth now.
ball! No, we're screaming.
There's no composure.
What?
Wow. Okay.
And you also like as it starts to shamble towards you, like the smell hits you of like a weird like caustic or like almost like the kind of smell that like burns your nose hairs, almost like formaldehyde. Or
Okay, yeah, it's time to go. Okay, I'm gonna throw the thing.
okay, I'm gonna
What
have
thing?
you.
A glowing ball.
One of the gotcha capsules from the
Gotcha.
yeah.
The Dr. Ronnie has like some pretty weird inventions. So depending on how you roll, that'll greatly affect it. I'm gonna have you roll just a raw d6.
Okay.
Ooh. So you throw it forward, and sure enough, the gachapon cap busts off as soon as, you know, it hits the ground, and immediately it starts fizzing and bubbling. And as it does, this thick, caustic, like, you know, yellow sludge starts to seep across the ground and cover everything. And it like is like thick, and it rolls like almost like slowly towards you. And you notice that as this first dude kind of like steps into it, his feet kind of get slowed for a moment.
Run.
Melissa takes off.
Yeah, I think we should probably go now.
Okay.
We don't have it. Like, we don't have the camera. We can't do anything. That we're kids. It's time to go.
We're kids. As this is happening, from behind you, Peggy, and you can kind of, I'll zoom out a little bit there so the audience can see it. I don't know how now I know what happened. I didn't reformat my, excuse me just a moment. It's a very high quality stream. There we go. I was like, why is this not working? Normally it's like completely on the camera. Now I know why. It was too large. As all of this is happening, Peggy, you notice from behind you, kind of like over, like, you know, in this direction, almost over your shoulder, some movement happening out of the corner of your eye. And sure enough, you start to see like a figure beginning to shamble. In your peripheral vision, you just see like kind of off back, or I guess, yeah. I'm trying to think.
What the fuck?
Off to your left and kind of behind you, you start to see movement. You're not quite sure what it is, but you start to also smell this faint smell that smells vaguely like vinegar.
Does he notice? Is he getting a picture?
He is fixated on you for now.
Do you?
I gently move. Okay. I only smell something. I don't see them, right? I only see shuffling.
You see movement. Yeah, you see movement, but you don't know what you see exactly. You do smell it. The smell hits you pretty hard.
I sort of shuffle a little bit so that they are in frame.
Ah, so you're going to try to like move so that you're looking at them, or pivot so that you're seeing them.
Yeah, and also so that he has to take a picture that is directed towards them.
Okay. So you want to try to move like here and have him move here?
Could be a
Yeah,
spooky
yeah.
picture.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I want.
Perfect.
I heard noises, so I'm like,
Yeah. So as you shift and so you turn your back to them? Are you facing
I do this thing where like it's like a babysitter's club, where I'm like posed like this, like on one of the gravestones.
Oh, where you're facing there and you're looking over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm acting like I'm posing for the camera, but I'm like, what's going on here?
all right. So as you
Were we followed?
look, you do see you get a pretty clear view of, once again, two men almost in hazmat suits, or what looks to be like some sort of protective wear, covered in the branding of the Galt power plant. And as you sort of like turn around to like awkwardly do the shot, the flash goes off. And one of them sort of like makes a strange, like moaning sound, and starts to like lunge towards you. The groundskeeper, once the flash goes off, also becomes aware of them in the background, and immediately draws his firearm, and is like, and like sort of like reaches out to you with his hand and says, it says over you, the premises are closed, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And then he whispers to you furtively, come here. I think there's some drunks may have stumbled into the yard. Come this way.
Okay. All right. I do. And I take his hand and I glance over to see what my friends are doing.
And they're running towards you.
They're running as well.
Get the camera and run.
I got the camera. I grab the camera from him and I say, he has a gun.
So as you say this, the man looks at them like sort of like shocked, and is just kind of like, oh, who are you?
No, we're just running. We're
You run past him?
You're just gone.
I scream, zombie!
Melissa's yelling, David!
So
I told you they were real!
he looks like sort of shocked, and you start to run in this direction past him. Everyone roll a move check.
Oh.
I'm not good at
This is the part in the movie where someone trips just cause.
Yup.
It's gotta be Peggy.
I would say I'd be behind them though.
Oh, do I have my
because you
die
threw
enabled?
Okay.
Hello?
I think you. I don't know if you do.
No.
I got a success, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have enabled 3D die. For some reason, it just didn't work. Maybe because I have it as the character, not my actual... This one doesn't count. I've already rolled. I'm just testing it out.
Okay. There you go.
No, there we go.
Damn, Melissa is fast.
How?
This is
Right,
hillbilly triathlon star
I was gonna say, Melissa is fast.
with the power of God and anime on
Okay.
her side.
So Malone got 1 success. Melissa got 2, I think. Right?
No, just one
No,
on the original
okay.
one.
So when Clark yells out, run, he kind of like stays behind to make sure that Melissa goes in front of him, and kind of like, almost like pushes her along, and Melissa sprints past, Malone close behind her, and Peggy, as she starts to run, you know, this elderly groundskeeper almost pulls her back with him, and he's like, you know, be careful. There's hooligans about. There's all sorts of hooligans. Come here, small child. And he like grabs you since you've managed to charm him so well, and he like is like, you know, don't worry, I'll keep you safe. And he like kind of pulls you to his side, and like, you know, grabs his like his shotgun, and sort of like almost takes on a more stout or staunch position. Yeah.
Staunch. And Peggy just like goes like, and I grab onto his sleeve, and I'm just like, tell them to go away. You have authority.
And at this, you have authority. Because these ones aren't slowed, they're going to move forward a lot faster. And this one managed to just make it out of the muck, and this one is still trapped in it. And as one comes around the corner, he just kind of like wheels around when you tell him to go away. And it starts to dawn on him that these aren't just some drunk dudes. And he starts to get a little bit worried at noticing now, like as they come closer and he gets a better look at them, the glowing eyes and the smell and like the oozing from the different orifices, like the sickly green slime, snot-like substance coming out of the corners of the mouth. And actually, let's see.
This is becoming like a body horror podcast now.
Okay. And as he manages to get his wits about him, he shoots this one here, knocking it down. Let me see if I can. I think I can. Here? No. Here.
Just straight
there
up
it is.
shot
I always
these
forget where it
people.
is. Knocking him down for just a moment. There we go. That's perfect. I keep clicking everything. My bad. I'm still new to this program. He knocks him over for like very quickly and grabs you and sort of like pulls you into the administrative office and shuts the door behind him.
Oh, what the
with his
fuck?
back against the door.
God damn it.
Oh,
He doesn't know who the rest of you kids are.
George W. Bush does not care about black children.
Look at him and you left them out there. Open the door.
Make a charm roll, or you can try lead. It depends. What kind of approach do you take on this?
I take a lead roll.
Mm-hmm.
Science does not hesitate, even if there are dangers.
Ooh.
I'm willing to spend a lot.
Okay, you're gonna try to re-roll that. All right, fair enough.
I think I know.
There you go.
When you say that, he kind of snaps to his senses, and he's just like, "Are they friends of yours?"
Unfortunately, yes.
He comes forward and throws open the door and calls out to you, Clark. Clark, make an athletics check.
Is that
Move body.
Yeah. Yes, that. Athletics.
Switch systems really
Translate
quick.
from 5e.
I play a lot of systems every week.
Listen, Bronze, I would go 5e in an instant because I feel powerful in D&D.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so since he shut the door on me and left,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him the finger and run towards wall.
Okay. So you manage to run through here just as the zombie kind of rips through. Seeing you run the other way, he slams the door shut and kind of like takes a chair and pushes it up against it. And like kind of pulls you to the back of the room, putting this like large conference table between you and the door.
Well, we split the party, so this is great.
Just as that happens, this one stands up, and these two move in closer.
Peggy's still in there. We got to do something. Are there
Throw
windows?
another ball!
Are there windows?
There are windows.
Building?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple.
Are there windows along this bottom side here?
Yes, that's
Okay.
that would be where they're at. There's like two.
Yeah. So I pull out another one of the gotcha capsules,
Mhm.
and they're not close to us. They're not super close to us yet, but I'm like,
They move fast, except for the ones that have been like snotified.
okay, yeah. So I'll throw one at this. Is it close enough? I'm guessing the scale means that I have to throw one at either the top one or the bottom one.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna throw it at the top one. Oh,
This one.
yeah, because
Okay.
it's the closest. Actually, no, because you've got good athletics, Clark. So I'm gonna throw it at the bottom one because I don't want Melissa to get nabbed.
Okay.
All right. Is it another D6?
Yes. It'll be random what it does.
Oh no.
Ooh. So as you throw
It kills the party.
as you throw the next sort of like frothy bulb on the ground, sure enough, the cap pops off and thick billowy smoke comes out, covering the entire area. And you smell that smell that you smelled in the basement once again, that thick, almost Yeti musk smell kind of fills your nostrils. And the air becomes like almost thick with it. So you can barely see each other and you can barely see the creatures moving after you.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my flashlight
Okay.
and turn on my flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yell like, "Okay, follow me," and I'm gonna try and run towards the right side of the building.
Are you going to try to go straight or are you going to try to go around these graves on the bottom? These
We're
ones
gonna
here.
try and go. I think it's all these choices. Am I in like? Can I reach out still and feel? Like, is there a way to grab either like Clark or Melissa?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty close to you.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna start that. So we're gonna grab Melissa and Clark and be like, we need to go back this way so we can get back to the building and start.
You have to go back.
And make our way that direction.
Okay.
And we'll try to go.
You said you're going to make it around. You're going to try to go around the side.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good idea because this one starts sort of banging on the door while this one starts to like lurch forwards. Can I have all three of you roll a stealth check?
Which is sneak. A sneak check?
Yes. That. I'm great at this game.
I cast
Oh,
guiding
my
bolt.
Holy
God.
shit. All right, watch Josh getting 0 successes.
Yeah.
after
I was
that.
gonna say.
All right, Josh, you want to go? Oh my God. I'm
What is
Guys
happening?
Are kind.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
So
cool.
Wait,
Because I'm angry from the last time. We haven't slept yet.
Yeah.
Do you
So-
maybe have a luck to spare?
I do have a luck. to
okay, yeah,
spare.
you can reroll it if you want.
I haven't spent any luck points yet. So let's try this again. Rad.
I mean,
Go.
only sixes count, which is
Go.
like kind of a little bit it's one of those things I don't like about the system is that only sixes count.
Do I have to take another condition for?
You have to take another condition for failure. So you're now scared.
Okay, angry and scared. This is great.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
angry and scared hillbilly child. Like, what could go wrong?
Clark manages to kind of slip away. He, gently vaults over one of these, graves and manages to slip over to the side window over here. Malone, same thing, manages to kind of like quietly slip away. Melissa does too. But as she's running, and tries to copy Clark and vault over one of these, one of the creatures catches a glimpse of her and grabs a lock of her hair just as she's like slipping through. She does manage to kind of evade it, and then it kind of collapses very quickly against this, and she like uses that like stretched her. Uses that temporary distraction to continue on, but she does become really scared because she realizes like what a close call she had. You do come out of it with all of your. Yeah, you do come out with all your hair intact. You just managed to you slipped away.
Has been tainted.
Okay. All right. So I start. Oh, shoot.
Can I run over once I see?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna tap on the window and then like put the flashlight at my face so you can see that it's like it's us and not the.
Yeah, I just see this eerie, like a yellow cloud of mist. I imagine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's
And
creepy.
you smell that smell of like bubble gum or whatever it was. It's like bubble gum and something else. I forgot what the second smell was. Bubble gum and banana or something.
Licorice.
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 There you
Golden
go.
licorice, that's it.
Bubblegum and licorice, the smell like hits you as you rush over to the window and pry it open. And sure enough, you see Malone standing in front of you with a very scared Melissa trembling behind him and Clark.
We've got to get out of here. How tall are the walls over here? Like the walls of the cemetery?
It's a fence and it's about 10 feet.
Okay, so we can't like jump.
The gate
What
at the
kind
front
of
is a little bit lower.
Is there any?
It is a wire fence. You could attempt to climb it.
Ooh.
But is there any? Can I like look around and see if there's a? I mean, it's the graveyard. We got here because I know this area pretty well. Can I use my knowledge to see if there's like another way out?
Yeah, go ahead. For sure.
Brain blast.
I was gonna say that would probably be your
No.
not your calculate.
Lead?
Well, I mean, we're just
Or
trying to figure out if there's
investigate.
Yeah,
another
one is your
like-
investigate is like your ability to like find clues. Comprehend. Sorry, not calculate. Comprehend.
comprehend.
Mm.
Okay. Nothing.
Nothing.
We have a lot of conditions.
Oh, you have a lot of conditions.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, it's rough right now.
Watching 4 like run through his apartment is always funny to me.
He leaps.
Okay, so like we've got to. If we stay here, they're gonna get us. We've got to leave. I don't know what other way there is for us to go. I've got one capsule left. How large is the window?
The window is large enough for you to get through if you want to join them inside.
I think it should probably be the other way around.
We want to have Peggy. Well, Peggy's not here. Otherwise, we could say
Wait, no, Peggy's just on the other side of the window, right? She saw us.
no. Peggy is here, but I meant like 4's not here. There we go. There's 4.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you could either join Peggy in the admin office / where they do the embalming and stuff, or you could jump out, or Peggy could jump out and join you.
Ooh, I mean, we want to get the dude out too.
He might be that might take a roll to try to help him out because he's older and bigger, and he'd need a lot more assistance.
And just like leave the dude to die, like.
Not
He
our
does have a
problem.
gun.
We're children.
We
We need a distract.
We
Hey,
gotta.
He
yeah.
protected Peggy. Peggy is on the side of you guys come in here.
But we saw the dude who got shot. We saw him get back up. We got to leave.
Yeah, I don't think Peggy saw the creature get
Yeah,
back
no, that's
up.
that's me conveying.
Oh no,
That's me
no!
conveying
I
that.
definitely saw him go down. I didn't see him get
Right,
back.
you saw him go down, but you didn't see him get back up. Like, no, these aren't human. We need to leave.
Oh no!
So we
Peggy,
get them out
Yeah, we got to go now.
through the window,
Yeah.
I don't even know his name.
put our hands up there.
He didn't
Yeah,
get a chance
Mr.
to ask
Belvedere.
him.
I look back and say, you can't stay here. You have to come with us.
What? And he starts to hear like the door creak here. I'll switch back to this window.
Oh my
He
God.
starts to hear like this door creak here, especially as this the second toxic zombie sort of like moves in as well. And the door starts like shuddering against the hinges as they both throw their full weight against it.
I wanna be as loud as I can without alerting the zombies at the window and just be like, "They get back up. We gotta go."
Okay. Peggy.
Okay, let's go.
I was gonna
And
say, Peggy, this is up to you. It's how you want to play it.
yes. I say, let's go, all of us.
Okay. So you want to bring him with you.
Yes. and I pull out my own little bomb of nastiness.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to cover us by throwing it over here, because I'm gonna hope that we can like close. I want to make like a line that they can't pass around.
Okay.
Or rather, I'm gonna splash some on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And
It just
what's
smells
feel
bad
like?
though.
Smells bad. All right, and I splash it on my hand and say, "I'll stop them."
Oh gosh. And you're gonna move forward, like to the front, or?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
gonna climb out the window and I'm gonna say, "Help him get out of the window. He has a gun in case we need it."
Okay.
What's your name, Mister?
And he says, "Owen, my name is Owen." And he starts to get out of the window. Does someone can attempt? Who wants to attempt to help him get down? This is going to
Probably
be
Clark.
I have no conditions.
okay.
I
This is gonna
have
be
conditions, but I'm strong as hail.
like
so.
a force type of thing, mostly because it's going to require your physical help to not only help him get out, because Peggy was tiny, you're able to just pull her out.
Oh, look at that.
One success. Okay. So you do manage to help him get out of the window. However, because you only got one success, it takes long enough that they are now on you. These two here have not noticed you. These two here are moving forward. I'm going to warn you right now, Peggy, that repellent isn't going to do much versus
Yeah,
What?
guys.
I'm definitely
It's not
up,
working.
like pulling her back because I don't know what you think that's gonna do, but it's
Dr.
So-
Ronald told me it would work.
yeah. So
I get my
We'll
camera
change
out
up the
once I
order here.
realize this isn't happening, and I go, "Phew."
yeah, so I pull
Okay.
her back behind me and I throw down the and I'm pointing out towards I use the flashlight to point towards sort of like the clear direction. I'm like, run.
Like over here?
So no, like over
Here, this opening here? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like say we're like run and throw the last capsule.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Dear Jesus.
All right. So as you throw this capsule, it explodes in a blinding light, flashing both of the zombies in front of you. They both reel back, and this will make your next check a little bit easier. All of you make a move roll, but with one extra die than you normally would.
Yes.
That's good for me.
All right, I'm just gonna bump it up to 5 when I go, and then we'll bump it back down.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm spending a
That
lot.
one.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a luck.
Could I?
Clark, I think you got one. Wait, did you?
No.
No, you didn't. Okay.
No.
Only Melissa got one. Melissa's fast.
Melissa's killing it. Yeah.
I'm angry and
2.
There
scared.
There
you
we
go. Okay, sweet.
I'm gonna use a luck
Okay.
or use my luck.
Your luck. The luck.
The luck.
One luck. This game enrolls, I know.
You had
Oh my gosh.
one luck,
Oh.
one life to live. Well, Melissa's fine. That was a good game, guys. Thanks
Yep.
so much.
So as
Jesus is on
you
my side.
throw forward this flash and you sprint through here, everyone who didn't roll a success, you are now tired.
Great.
You rush forward to the gate. Including the old. Oh, I didn't roll for the old man. Well,
No.
Don't.
He dies.
No, he doesn't. He
No.
shot a man for me. I
Wait, he
killed
doesn't
him.
really, right?
Oh, he did.
No.
he kind of brings up the flank for you, shoots one of them,
No.
manages to shoot one of them, knocking it down. The other one grabs a hold of his coat and he waves at you and says, "Go quickly, run!" and tries to buy you a little bit more time. You come to the gate, and as you are rushing to the gate, suddenly you see in front of you the bright lights of a pickup pull in right into the driveway.
Uh, yeah, right. I pull out like a ball bearing as if that's going to do anything, but it's like,
yeah,
super, like ready.
Yeah, and as you're waving,
and then pointing the flashlight towards the driver's door.
Okay. And as the flashlight, it doesn't really do much because you're like blinded by the headlights of the pickup. But Clark, as you're like waving your arms, you suddenly see someone kind of or a dark figure lean out of the driver's side window. And you hear Dr. Ronnie's voice kind of come out through the cold night air. And he says, hurry, get in.
Is there a
car.
driving path to the dude, to the old guy from the gate? Like if we got in the truck?
I don't think the truck could fit through here. The truck could fit through this main road up the middle, but it wouldn't be able to fit in between those graves on the side there.
Okay. Do you have any more capsules?
He waves back. Capsules? No, I gave you all I had. Quickly now, children, quickly. And he waves at you again, and he starts honking on the horn.
Oh my god!
Okay, so Melissa
She's screaming
gets
up
in.
and over the top.
Yeah.
She's like Spider-Manning up the front.
This is kind of
of
like dark because it looks like Melissa's like under the pickup, but she's
no,
safely.
Peggy's under the pickup.
Yeah, she's oh, whoops! Accidentally moved the wrong one.
Thanks.
Peggy got run over. It's fine.
It's fine.
I think
Peggy
Clark
didn't
is-
get run over.
Clark's jumping in the back.
Okay. So Peggy and Clark get in the back. Or sorry, not Peggy and Clark. I'm messing everything up. Melissa and Clark get in the back.
I get in the back.
Peggy gets in the back as well.
I like turn around and look at the guy, and I leave too.
All right. You leave as well. And you all manage to get into the pickup. Dr. Ronnie swerves the pickup around, steps on the gas, and you manage the back wheels skid in the mud, and you manage to peel away, hearing some dark, ominous sounds behind you. You hear another shell go off, and then another, and then you just hear silence.
I want to go home. I'm done.
I
want my papa. I want to go home.
I already had. Sorry, this is going to seem kind of technical. I already had the exhausted condition before we failed that last check.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not keeping track.
No, it's okay. So I'm not sure if I should take like injured.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to take injured instead of angry.
Yeah,
Though
yeah, it
also
makes sense to me.
angry would work really well. So
I think angry. It depends. I'm going to leave that open to you as a role player. Either you can be angry at your inability to do anything, or you being forced to leave someone innocent behind, or you can be, you can say that you pulled or you rolled an ankle while you were sprinting away from the scene. I was gonna say pull a muscle, but that would seem weird for young kids.
yeah, I think it's probably going to be better role playing to do angry.
Okay. So, especially because you were the last one into the pickup as well.
Right.
Fair enough.
I'm so worried for our kids.
I am too.
So
That man dead as hell.
You're all
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
you're all quiet for a moment, and all you hear is sort of like the creaking of Dr. Ronnie's old pickup and the wheels on the road as you drive quietly through the night.
I tell Ronnie to take Melissa home.
He kind of nods at you all quietly and kind of tries to explain himself.
Now's not the time.
He just nods and drives, in silence for the rest of the trip. Pulls up in front of Melissa's house. The lights are on the porch, and kind of looks back in the back seat at you, Melissa. Peggy is sitting in the front with him, and Clark, Delta, and Melissa are in the back seat, piled together. And he looks back at you and he says, "Are you sure you maybe you should spend the night at my place tonight? It might be helpful for you all to be together."
Delta looks at Melissa and remembering the earlier situation with Puddles is like, what do you want to do right now?
I want to see my papa.
Okay. So he Delta gets out of the truck and like grabs her and helps her out of the truck and starts walking her to the door.
Okay.
Clark gets out too.
Wholesome.
And then looks back at Peggy and like gives her a little like, let's do this together kind of thing.
We're just gonna walk her up. Are we?
But we're gonna do it together.
Dr. Ronnie, hold on. I'll be right back. And I get out.
Do you all walk up to the front door and leave her there? Do you knock or do you wait? Do you ring the doorbell?
Right. Hey, Mr. Yeti Coat. Yeti Coat Junction.
Don't worry, I can ward him off. Stay back.
Clark gets down on one knee so that he's the same height as Melissa and grabs her by the shoulders and goes, "You were really brave." And then gives her a big hug.
Okay. Don't get mushy. I want to go home now. Whatever. Okay, bye.
Bye, Melissa. Bye.
I feel like she would like run inside.
Okay.
Like and like shut like because she's like she can't keep it together anymore.
Yeah. You run inside into the safety of Pop
Yeah.
and close the door. You're in trouble.
Just immediately starts crying when she sees her dad.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You're late. You got some explaining to do.
Late, scared, angry all day.
Yeah, you definitely got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
And the rest of you walk back to the pickup.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind spending a sleepover. Peggy is like next door to Dr. Ronald.
Really
so this staying over at his place isn't too much of a trouble for her.
Mm-hmm. Your mom probably also isn't home today either. Probably staying up late.
Take that knife in.
Wow.
Damn.
I need her so bad right now. And Dr. Ronnie is not a good comforting presence.
Mm-hmm.
So Peggy lives near Dr. Ronnie. Where is Clark in that same area?
You all live within 10 to 15 minutes of each other, within biking distance.
Distance.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our bikes are still at Dr. Ronnie's?
Yeah, they're in the garage.
Okay. So, Delta, I get in the truck too, but it's pretty evident. I'm not saying anything, but I got a lot on my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back and with them and then get my bike and then we'll see what happens from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little conversation when we get
Dr. Ronnie drives you all back to his place, opens the garage, pulls in. Your bikes and roller skates are there, closes it behind you all, and kind of like awkwardly and quietly like shuffles from the garage into the pantry and then from the pantry into the kitchen and starts setting about like fixing the three of you some hot chocolate.
Fuck
What
yeah.
the hell was that?
I don't know myself.
It wasn't a Yeti.
Wait, you didn't even know what that was, and you just sent a bunch of kids to what? How could this have possibly made sense to you?
Well, it just seemed...
Peggy almost died.
I understand that.
No, yeah, I don't think you do. Did you see what those things were?
I came as quickly as I had an inkling.
How could you have even set us on this in the first place?
Because I thought that I was sending you in to take a photo of what I thought was a dead creature, not something that was alive.
Well, what changed? How did you know?
I went back to the power plant to watch, and that's when I noticed some odd happenings out there around the back, where the forest meets the back gate. I was camping out back there amid the trees, and that's when I saw them doing tests on it.
On it?
On one of those creatures. There seems to be some sort of chemical spill back there. And it seems that people who have come in contact with it for too long tend to act abnormal. And I connected it, and I realized very quickly that it wasn't the corpse of a Sasquatch. But the corpse of something else that may have found its way into the graveyard. As soon as I thought you may be in contact with the contagion, I rushed over to warn you all.
They're not creatures. They're people.
I just
They're zombies.
Zombies don't exist, Clark.
I have no. It's just like Arthur Fist right now. Peggy, we're leaving.
I don't want to go home because nobody's there.
I'll stay with you tonight, but this is not a safe place to be right now.
I assure you, I'll make sure all of us are safe. It was a misjudgment on my part, and I want to make it right to you all.
I just look at Clark and I'm like, dude, we got to get out of here.
Malone, let's talk in the garage.
Yeah. Okay.
Shuffle over to where my bike is.
I stop and I lift up my hand and say, "Does this wash off? Because it stinks."
Yes, you'll want to use some of the baby oil in the top drawer.
I take the whole thing of baby oil and I leave. And then I stop and say, "Can I have hot chocolate to go?"
He kind of... I'll see if I can find something to pour it in for you.
Thank you, Dr. Ratty.
He pats you on the head, and he kind of sighs and puts both hands on your shoulders, and he says, "I'm sorry, Peggy. I didn't mean to let you down. I thought if I knew for a moment you were in danger, I wouldn't have asked you, and this is a failing on my part, but I want you to know that I'm very proud of you. At your resourcefulness, at your courage and your bravery. I don't know what we saw out there tonight.
And
I'm sorry I put you in that position."
She just covers her face, and Peggy,
Delta puts his hand on Peggy's shoulder and is like, "Let's go."
Yeah. She's only looking through her like this because she doesn't want anybody to see her cry.
And like as they're walking away, like Malone is just like fucking stone cold glare on. And he's like,
Poor Dr. Ronnie.
Water tribe out.
Y'all's references, though.
I can't think of any angry exit that doesn't remind me of that scene.
This is rough.
You're all in the garage.
This is worse than rough. Those are zombies.
I don't know what those are, but whatever that was, we can't.
Are you sure it got? He got back up. Whatever it was.
I promise you, it got back up.
It did quickly.
We need to.
My
Call the
grandma.
police?
We just need. It's late. We need to get some rest and figure out what happens tomorrow.
Call the police.
What are the police gonna do?
Shoot them.
That doesn't work.
It does not do anything.
You shoot them lots.
I
Run them over with a car. Get the army. Get the Coast Guard.
like
I'm sorry, Peggy's too cute.
get some hot water, get some iodine.
Listen, it's my grandma watches these movies back from the 1950s and 60s and stuff.
This isn't Fright Night.
No, it's worse. Because from everything that we heard, it's just like those movies. Those things, they're from the nuclear power plant. They have goop or whatever that changes people. If they don't go down and they're contaminated with that stuff, that means that if somebody else touches it, maybe they get contaminated too. Like that, we're dealing with zombies. If the adults,
Look,
so far, they just let us down.
right. I feel like I'm saying this a lot today. Clark's right. I don't know what. The first thing that we need to do is get some rest. Like, Peggy, you said your mom's not home, right?
She usually isn't.
Well, why don't we check? And if she's not home, then maybe Clark and I'll stay and make sure that you're safe tonight.
Okay.
And I'll call my parents and say that I'm studying and just crashing over it. Do you
My place. I can tutor you. For real.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that'd be fine. And my
Just
my
tell them
parents,
that my mom is home, and
I think
I'll
It'll-
pretend.
it'll be all right. I'll talk to him. It'll be fine. But I'll stay with you tonight and make sure that things are
Are you
okay.
guys hungry? I can bake fish sticks.
And
Actually, I am really
that does sound really good.
We haven't eaten like barely anything all day.
Do you want ketchup or mustard?
Have you had tartar sauce before?
What the hell is tartar?
It sounds weird, but it's pretty good. We'll probably be able to make some when we get
I'm
there.
certain like she's got a whole batch of condiments.
Right.
That's as
Ketchup, mustard, relish life.
yeah.
So
She's
Clark-
got that dip life going.
after we talk a little bit about condiments, Clark looks over at Delta and says, I think our only actual option, and I hate to say this more than anyone, and you know that, is gonna be to defend this town.
Yeah. Whatever this is. Like if we don't who knows? If we don't stop it here, who knows what's next?
I want to get out of here, but there won't be anywhere to leave.
Right.
And so far, if guns don't work, if science doesn't work, then
No.
this
Don't
town. No, not your science, Peggy.
That's just it. Science is what caused this. Science is going to fix it.
it'll spread. And
Meanwhile,
it could,
Melissa's at home praying on it.
Yeah, Emma's like,
Yep.
she's like ready for the holy war right now. Those are demons. It's a hard cut to her, just like sharpening crosses.
You're gonna stake him.
Yeah, she's whittling down 3-pronged crosses. She's like Kylo Ren of, religion.
Melissa the zombie slayer.
it'll get Puddles. It'll get my grandma. It'll get everyone we care about if we don't stop it.
Go ahead.
I just have no idea what we can do.
That's why we need to sleep.
Yeah.
So I can
After
start
fish
drafting up an idea.
Yeah. I'm glad we're at least on the same page. So let's go. Let's eat. Let's get some rest and figure out what day is it? Like, Bronze, what day is it? Like, is there school tomorrow? Because
Yeah, there is. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Skulls for fools.
Mhm.
Dang it, Melissa.
Um,
Good life.
Oh, I'm skipping school tomorrow.
yeah, I was like, I feel like this could be the beginning of a bad situation. Yeah, so let's go. Let's get some rest. We can figure this out in the morning.
And one more thing, though. I just remembered. Peggy, you have to get that photograph rendered or whatever it was. Developed. That's
Yeah.
we used to develop photographs in the 90s.
Get it rendered.
It's been 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, get it developed, because if we can show people, maybe they'll actually believe the absolutely unbelievable story that we're gonna have to tell.
Is the camera still okay? Like, it's me asking. Like,
I think so.
okay.
Yeah, Peggy didn't take like a major fall or anything. She managed to get to the pickup safely.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to take that to a Photo Plus tomorrow.
Did you have the camera or did the old man still?
No, I
No,
took
she
it
took
from
it.
She grabbed it.
I took it from him.
And I thought you were gonna make Peggy roll for it, but you didn't, and so I didn't say anything.
I figured he had his hands full with a shotgun.
Yeah. No, I could easily see you taking it from him once you were inside that building, so
Okay.
he would have been distracted, and it was your property anyway. He was quite taken with you. You passed all your charm rolls by such a large margin that I
He
was
was
like,
my daughter.
yeah, essentially, yeah. He wasn't gonna let anything happen to you.
This smart child who's interested in the grave history of this town.
He thought it
I've
was adorable.
adopted her. She is a mini underkeeper.
So much so that he thought these other hoodlums were out to get you.
No, sir.
Hoodlums in the graveyard at night and drunk men. I must protect this wee child.
I like that he's now like an old Scottish lady.
Was Rip Owen.
I think it's funny how he like left this poor punk kid like sitting outside, and he was like, "Nope, I'm closing the door."
I was like, fuck you, man. I'm gonna go with my friends.
So
Yeah. Still cannot get that image of him like getting caught by those things out of my head. Like I'm gonna write a small piece of fan fiction about Malone trying to sleep over there at night.
I don't think anyone slept very well.
You can read that between now and next week's episode.
yeah, of course. So you have this conversation about tartar sauce and fish sticks as you walk. It's only like it's just a few houses down to Peggy's house. Peggy, I'm gonna have you roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, your mom is home. On a 4 to 6, she is not.
That's some pretty good odds.
She is not home.
That
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mama.
And it was, oh,
Oh my God.
She never meant to hurt you.
It was a 50-50.
all right.
So you come to your house, you go in through the back gate into the, you flip the latch key, go in through the back. The sliding door is always unlocked for you. You slide it open and come inside and look around, and sure enough, you notice that your mom did come by the house at some point earlier in the day. There's a load of laundry kind of knocking around in the dryer. And she left you a note saying she's got a bunch of work to do, and she's probably going to head back to work. And you'll probably see her at some point tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah, Delta like sees the note and just like, God, not good at emotions. It's like,
Does he say that?
Puts his hand on her shoulder and is like, yeah, let's I don't know, let's find some food or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
Let's cook a feast.
50 fish sticks.
I've never seen a refrigerator this big in real life. So
Oh yeah,
Clark is digging through everything. Ooh, this,
Oh, there's everything. There's waffles. There's French toast sticks.
ooh, you got hot Cheetos.
And queso.
Do you guys want your ice cubed or crushed?
Ooh.
Crushed.
Oh, it's one where you press it on the door, but it's one of the electronic newer ones that actually works. Oh, damn. Mine does not work at home.
It just makes that noise. It just leaves you in anticipation, like, oh, maybe if I just wait a little bit longer, maybe.
This is too real now.
Yeah. There's cases of High C and
oh, damn.
Yeah, and Capri Sun.
That kitchen ends up looking like it was just ransacked by the end. Clark is on the floor. One more fruit roll up. Just one more.
Gushers, Dunkaroos.
We should come here every day.
Yeah, Malone's definitely like feels a little more stable, having had his Gushers and Dunkaroos. Damn. I feel like that would calm me down in right now. Maybe not in 2018, but right now.
Definitely can each cure one condition just because you have each other's companionship, which I think counts as an anchor. And lots of Gushers and Dunkaroos.
We share stories.
Yeah.
Liz is just crying at home.
I was gonna say, like,
who is your anchor? Isn't it your dad?
No, it's her dad. Yeah.
Yeah. So you cure your condition as well.
Is it one or both?
I think it's going to depend on how your interaction with your dad goes. I'm going to have you roll your charm.
But I have two conditions.
Okay. So you do cure one condition, which is the scared, because your dad makes you feel so safe and good, but he's upset with you because you've been hanging out with people. He got a glimpse of the pickup. You've been hanging out with people he doesn't approve of. You tried to talk your way out of it. You tried to charm your way out of it, and he is very fond of you.
There's demons. We're fighting them. It's the holy war. It's what you trained me for.
Well, Pumpkin, I just don't think that you need to be out there with those hoodlums.
Okay, but what would Jesus do?
Jesus would not be sitting in with the people that are of the you know what, honey? A lot of people talk about Jesus, but they weren't there, and they don't really know what Jesus was all about, really. And do you think Jesus would hang out with people that are engaging in all kind of nonsense? I don't know about all that, honey. And I've made it quite clear.
Yes. Like historically so, yes, in character.
Well, okay, but they're my friends and they kept me safe and
Franz,
yeah.
his
I
jowls
guess.
quiver.
I'm
Of
gonna
all
go to
the,
bed and pray.
She just runs.
so you're
I'm
still-
sorry, I was raised religious, so this is the funniest thing in the world.
It's like homebrew Christianity.
That hard parent pivot where it's like I started. No, hit that reset button. I gotta do something completely different. Even I can't get away with this line of logic.
Oof.
So he, you know, kisses you on the cheek and sends you off to bed and, you know, pats you on the back and, you know, kind of ushers you along. So you do manage to cure your scared. Not that you don't think anybody can
Still
hurt
angry,
you
though.
in this house, but you're still angry because you got in trouble. He just doesn't understand. You don't
Yeah.
understand why he doesn't understand. He just doesn't. He doesn't get it. You're starting to get it because you know that these people can't be all bad. But
Adults are crazy.
yep. He thinks that in his brain, the demons are the kids you're hanging out with. Maybe that's because he hasn't seen the actual demons yet.
There's real demons. Glowing eyes.
Is that what you say as you're praying to go to bed?
Yeah, she gets totally distracted about them and like hyper fixated on them because I feel like little kids get like really fixated on the shit
Yeah.
that scares them.
Yeah.
So she just kind of like sits there like pretending to be one for like 40 minutes before bed. That's like her thing where she's just walking around being like, "Meh."
Wow.
She
To
sounds
defeat the
good.
demons, you must understand the demons.
You must
Exactly.
become the Batman. It's simple. We kill the bat. That's Melissa.
We can't
Can we just
kill
get her a
Batman.
Batman comic? Please?
Wait, so we have someone who's going to become Batman and then someone who is becoming the Joker.
The Joker.
Yes.
Joker.
Can Peggy be Mr. Freeze?
There you go.
Perfect.
I feel like Peggy would end up being like Poison Ivy from like some weird science experiment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or what's his name?
Brainiac.
No, the scientist, Dr.
Not Dr. We're still in DC. Dr. Doom?
Nope. I forgot the name.
I like the stance.
Is this
though.
a DC? This is a DC doctor.
Yes, I completely forgot the name right now.
When DC forgets DC.
It's the person who plays White Rose in Mr. Robot plays that person in Gotham, and I remember that for some reason, but can't remember
I
the
don't
name.
watch Gotham.
I don't either. That's what's
Hugo Strange was suggested.
Hugo Strange, Dr. Hugo Strange.
There you go. Oh yeah, because they both have a Doctor Strange. Both.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
weird.
I
There's
know.
like
I
Doctor
watch
Strange and then
Gotham.
like DC's Walmart
Yeah,
Doctor
Steven.
Strange.
There's what is it? Dr. Pepper, and then what is it?
Mr.
Mr.
Pibb.
Pibb.
No, Mr.
Yeah.
Pibb. And then
It goes
there's,
hard. I will defend to the day I die.
what's the Walmart one?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Mr. Fizzy or something, where it's like
Mr. Shasta.
Mr. Yeah, right.
He's
What
not
did
even
I
a doctor
say?
anymore.
Not even a doctor anymore.
He's just Sir Shasta.
Ooh.
It's hey that guy soda.
You're all having this conversation over Dr. Pepper's at Peggy's house, except for Melissa. Melissa's still
It's
walking
great.
around her room like a zombie.
He's having it psychically.
Do we maybe lose our scared? Does anybody
Yeah,
else have a scared
you
condition?
can
Am
cure
I the only
one.
who's scared?
One of your choice. I think you
Well,
all have
I'm
different
exhausted, so I'll just cure that right away.
That's out.
Yeah. She's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Dr. Pepper. Ha, ha.
I'm gonna cure my scared because I'm still hella pissed at
ones. Okay.
the dude.
Oh yeah, the doctor.
At Dr.
Yeah.
Patterson.
Yeah, we're gonna have tension.
Yeah.
Even though there's also a part of me that feels like we're gonna have to go back to him to figure out what to do about this. In fact,
Probably.
that's probably my next point of conversation is like, I am so fucking mad at this dude, but
He just thought there was a Yeti. Please, he's my anchor. I need him to recover from conditions.
Sas-
Just keep
Sasquatch.
talking.
mechanically, I need you to be okay with it.
Please don't kill him.
Honestly, though, his capsules were the only thing that actually worked on them. So he. Oh, yo, have y'all seen James Bond?
Yeah, you think he's like our Q?
Exactly. He's gonna make all the stuff, and then we use it to protect the town. I'll call Jeremy. Jeremy's super reliable. Jeremy can go and Jeremy will believe me. He would definitely believe. We don't lie about shit like that. So then
Not about shit like that. About other shit though.
other shit we lie to each other.
Yeah, you look good, dude. Yeah, you too.
All right, look,
they in fact both looked like shit. He can try and figure out other ways to protect the town. Maybe he can convince other people. Oh my god, we have to make a stand. We had a war.
Okay, all right, let's do this one day at a time. And I think you're right. Like, we're gonna have to work with Dr. Patterson, but I swear he keeps anything from us again. But of course I'm also super exhausted, and I don't feel like I'd be in a place to be able to act on threats anyway. It's just
I think you just need.
We're gonna have to figure it out tomorrow. Let's just get some sleep. And Clark, are you good crashing here too?
Clark's where Clark was sitting on the couch, he's just in his sleep. He's like, "I'm gonna go to war. we gotta go to war." Passed out.
Peggy, you should probably, if you head upstairs, head to bed, and we'll hold it down here just in case.
Sounds great.
You okay?
I'm just worried about Owen is all.
Yeah, you should try not to think about that too much. Just get some sleep. If you get like lonely or scared or something, like you can come downstairs. We'll be here. So.
Okay.
But your bed's probably more comfortable than.
And I have lots of dinosaurs there too.
Yeah? Which one's your favorite?
Troodon! Because there's a Troodon in Dinotopia named Zippo, and she starts telling you all about Zippo and how he's this amazing librarian who knows French.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And he's like he's trying to remember sort of the heart of like, yeah, there's a real big problem for them to solve, but he's like looking around and sees like Clark passed out, and hears Peggy talking about Zippo, and just feels like maybe even if this seems overwhelming, like it's good to have his people around, and maybe they can figure it out together. Zippo's a cool dinosaur, but you don't have any T-Rexes up there?
I mean, T-Rex is great and all, but its brain is pretty much not impressive.
Yeah, you're probably right. I like the Mastodon myself.
Mastodon, classic.
Yup.
Classic. Right. Mastodon, yeah! She does the little pterodactyl.
All right. Yeah, let's get some sleep.
Okay.
So you and Clark settle in on the gigantic L-shaped couch that Peggy has in the living room.
Oh, those sectionals.
Yep. She got a big old sectional.
Yes.
There's definitely room enough for both of you. So you both sleep on there. Peggy goes to bed, relatively feeling safe, surrounded in her nest of dinosaurs. You all get a good night's sleep. At about 7:15 a.m. in the morning, Peggy hears something vaguely in her room, and then she feels something as her mom kind of gets in bed with her, coming back from work at way too late at night. She kind of snuggles in behind Peggy and kind of nudges her and says, you gotta wake up for school, while she goes to sleep.
Zombies eat my brains. Oh.
And she nuzzles. What is that? Were you nuzzle?
Nuzzle.
Yeah,
Nuzzles.
nuzzle. She nuzzles
There
you and also kind of nudges you.
They're eating my brains.
Mm-hmm. And then she kind of starts to push you off the bed a little bit and take over.
Okay.
She grabs your stuffed dinosaur under her arm and takes over for you as you kind of get edged out of your own bed.
Let's sigh.
She
I
smiles.
hope she's cool with a sleepover.
I don't think she noticed. She was up late.
She's like, just beeline.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
And this is why you also didn't get a very good wake up call. It's more of just I'm just gonna take your spot in bed. You just and as she snuggles in, she says, "I love you."
Oh.
Okay. I missed you.
And as you walk out to the bathroom, you hear from behind you, "Brush your teeth."
Dinosaurs don't brush their teeth.
Brush your teeth, Peggy. Brush your teeth.
But I like the taste of fish sticks.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, you ate fish sticks and ketchup all night, and you're not gonna brush your teeth?
No, Peggy doesn't do that. She can get away with anything she wants.
Is that that's a condition? Dirty teeth.
Yeah,
take
we
a
all
negative
have to, take
to your charisma and your charm. All right. So you go downstairs, and sure enough,
Brush my teeth.
Clark and Malone are there. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pick this up in a little bit because this is a perfect time to call a break. So yeah, I got it. Thank you, Josh, for the reminder.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, we should break at 4, and then I totally would have forgotten if it wasn't for you, you fantastic man. All right, we'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Yes.
Stretch your legs.
Stretch your legs. Get a glass of water.
Please do, yes.